I want to talk about the Harlem Renaissance and how art has always been and will always be revolutionary. I know I said I'm not educating anybody, and largely this is still true, but this is for my people because the kids are embarrassing me. After the Civil War ended and majority of our people were set free, a small portion of our people were able to become landowners, but the rest of us were exploited in field industries. So, basically sharecroppers, while Jim Crow laws emerged on a state and local level across southern states. We know the history of lynchings, voter suppression tactics, keeping our people from having basic rights, and other atrocities that our people face at the hands of KKK and other white people. So, no need to post any of that here. Our people realized that if we wanted to have a fighting chance, we'd have to move to other places where the racism wasn't as violent. This doesn't mean that racism did not exist in those areas. It just means it was less violent. I do want to caveat that the Great Migration of the 20th century started where hundreds of thousands of us moved to cities and regions in the West Coast, Midwest, Philly, New York City, for example. It was estimated that 175,000 of us lived in Harlem, New York alone. And it didn't matter if you were skilled or not. There was opportunity for all of us in these areas. I want to note that the Harlem Renaissance did not only happen in Harlem. We saw the same thing happening in Chicago, Cleveland, and Los Angeles, for example. So basically, wherever we were, there was magic. Our people were able to own newspapers, music companies, restaurants, salons, schools, and more. It's said that during this time is when Black patriotism was created in our community. What it's meant to be Black in America. It was like a coming of age almost, where artists like musicians, jazz, blues, swing, writers, poets, painters, sculptors, dancers, you name it, we had it. Our people would use what they knew and were good at to exercise civil and political just dues. It was artistic expression and forms of resistance. Some of the most famous artists and creators came from the Harlem Renaissance era, like W.E.B. Du Bois. One of my favorites, Miss Zora Neale Hurston, Effie Lee Newsom, Duke Ellington, Billie Holiday, Josephine Baker, Marcus Garvey, Louis Armstrong, and so much more. It was said that it was because of artists from the Harlem Renaissance that artists in the coming years, like Nina Simone, would go on to record her first album in the 50s, of which Langston Hughes mentored, wrote lyrics for, and was a friend to Nina. Unfortunately, the stock market crash halted the growth our people saw, which the Great Depression followed, as we know that history. But the Harlem Renaissance was largely bustling with artistic, cultural, and social expression that was imperative in Black identity moving forward, that holds true till this day in our modern art. Of course, there were every field of work that was significant to our people's liberation, but the arts is what helped our people gain more consciousness and political connection, and is said to have been what established the foundation for the civil rights movement in the 50s and 60s. Art has always been and will always be essential to our liberation as Black Americans, and that's not going to change.